The cabin was my sanctuary, a cedar-sided retreat nestled in the pines of Blackthorn Ridge, a gated community in the Blue Ridge Mountains. I bought it 5 years ago, a place to escape the city and teach firearms classes on weekends. As a certified instructor for the U.S. Concealed Carry Association, I trained everyone from hunters to retirees, emphasizing safety and responsibility. The cabin's basement doubled as a secure range, soundproofed and locked with a biometric safe for my firearms. Blackthorn's HOA was strict: gates, cameras, rules about everything, but I kept to myself, and they left me alone. Until Karen arrived. Karen was the new HOA president, elected last spring after moving from some suburban hellhole. She was in her 50s, with a perm so tight it looked like it hurt, and a voice that carried across the ridge like a megaphone. She'd formed a neighborhood watch committee, a self-appointed posse of nosy neighbors who patrolled in golf carts, reporting suspicious activity. Their definition of suspicious? A delivery truck idling too long, a deer eating someone's roses, or, apparently, me. It started in July. I've been away for a week, teaching a course in Raleigh. When I got back, Karen was waiting at my gate, clipboard in hand, flanked by two committee members: Bob, a retired accountant with a beer gut, and Linda, a yoga instructor who always smelled like lavender. "We need to talk," Karen said, her tone dripping with authority. "Your cabin's a problem." I unlocked the gate, keeping my cool. "What's the issue?" "Your property's a safety hazard," she said. "We've had reports of gunshots. People are scared. This is a peaceful community." I explained I was a firearms instructor, licensed and insured, with a legal range in my basement. The soundproofing ensured no noise escaped. I offered to show her my permits. She waved me off. "I don't care about permits. Guns don't belong here. You'll stop, or we'll fine you." Bob nodded like a bobblehead. Linda scribbled on the clipboard. I laughed, which didn't help. "You can't fine me for legal activity on my property. Check the bylaws." Karen's eyes narrowed. "We'll see about that." They left, but I knew it wasn't over. A week later, I got a $500 fine in the mail for endangering community safety. No evidence, no hearing, just Karen's signature. I emailed the HOA board, attaching my certifications and a photo of my ranges setup. The response was a form letter: all fines are final unless appealed at the next meeting. The meeting was a month away. I paid to avoid a lien, but started documenting everything. Then things escalated. I was in town one evening when my security app pinged, motion detected in my basement. The cabin had cameras inside and out, linked to my phone. I opened the feed and saw three figures creeping through my range: Bob, Linda, and a guy I didn't recognize, all wearing neighborhood watch vests. Bob carried a flashlight. Linda had a crowbar. They were rummaging through my gear, trying to pry open my safe. My blood boiled. I called the sheriff's office, then floored it back to the ridge. Sheriff Daniels, a friend from my training courses, met me at the cabin. The trio was still inside when we arrived. Daniels drew his sidearm and announced himself. The basement door flew open, and Bob stumbled out, hands up, babbling about investigating a threat. Linda dropped the crowbar, and the third guy, a locksmith it turned out, looked like he'd wet himself. Karen wasn't with them, but her fingerprints were all over this. "They broke in," I told Daniels, showing him the footage. "That's my range, my property. They tried to crack my safe." Daniels cuffed them and read their rights. Bob kept muttering about Karen's orders. Linda claimed they were protecting the community. The locksmith just wanted to go home. They tripped a silent alarm I'd installed after Karen's first visit. My cameras caught everything: them picking the lock, sneaking downstairs, and poking around my equipment. At the station, Karen showed up, screeching about vigilante homeowners and rogue gun nuts. I played the footage for Daniels and the HOA board's treasurer, Sarah, who'd been dragged in to mediate. Sarah winced as Karen ranted. You authorized a break-in? She asked. Karen backpedaled. I told them to check for illegal weapons. It's my duty as president. Daniels wasn't impressed. You don't get to play cop, ma'am. That's burglary. Bob, Linda, and the locksmith faced charges, trespassing, and attempted theft. Karen wasn't arrested, but the board suspended her pending a vote. The community meeting was a circus. I presented my case, the footage, my credentials, and the letter from my lawyer demanding the fine be refunded and Karen removed. Neighbors were split. Some backed Karen's safety concerns, but most were fed up with her power trip. One guy, a retired Marine, called her a wannabe dictator with a clipboard. The vote was 42-18 to oust her. My fine was voided, and the board issued a public apology. Karen moved out a month later, selling her cabin at a loss. Bob and Linda got probation and community service. The locksmith took a plea. I upgraded my security. New locks, more cameras, and a sign. Property of a USCCA instructor. Trespassers will be educated. No one's bothered me since. Blackthorn's quieter now. The new HOA president, Sarah, sticks to mowing schedules and pothole repairs. I still teach my classes, and the range hums on weekends. Sometimes I catch neighbors peeking over the fence, curious about the gun guy. I invite them in, show them the setup, and offer a free lesson. Most decline, but they smile and wave. That's enough for me. This cabin's my home, and I'll defend it legally, calmly, and with a steady aim.